I'm going to help the African American community with this very video. So this is going to be the second of two videos that I'm going to do about the Mandisa Thomas racism incident at the American Atheist National Convention in Atlanta. I'm going to go into it a little bit more, and I think it was warranted. I think this video is warranted because of the response that I received from the first. And I need to make some things very, very clear about where my head is and what I think needs to happen. I'm going to start by putting a picture of the crowd at the American Atheist National Convention up on the screen. Ooh, I'm sorry, that's an error. That's from when I was president. This is the convention, this last one, and that does represent, I guess it's about a 90% reduction, actually a little bit more than a 90% reduction in audience. So great job, Nick. But one thing that people are giving Nick a lot of shit for is the whiteness of this event. Everybody's giving Nick a lot of crap about this, and I need to make something really clear. As much as I really dislike the people at American Atheists, the whiteness at their convention is not their fault. Nick brought the convention to Atlanta. That's a very heavily black city with a very prominent black non-believing president at the helm. Mandisa Thomas has been running black non-believers from Atlanta for 10 years. He brought the convention there, and he put the president of black non-believers on the stage, and she had no draw at all. No black people from the area came. The effect of black non-believers in their backyard for 10 years was zero. I mean, frankly, if Mandisa Thomas had never been born, this picture would look exactly the same. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not Nick's fault. That's Mandisa's. It falls squarely in her lap. She is the person who is in charge of the bridge between the atheist community and the African American community, and it's a bridge she sought and she practically invented and she created, and then apparently she abandoned because she's not doing that anymore. If she after 10 years of activism, first of all, yes, 6,700 followers after 10 years as a national nonprofit, ridiculous. But if she can't draw a crowd in her backyard after 10 years, that's not Nick Fish. That's hers. And there's only one of two options. Either she's running fast and spinning her wheels and not achieving anything, which lends to the idea that, like I said before, that there's no market for her, or she's not doing things at all. Or she's really bad at her job, and she's not really bad at her job. So she's either not doing the job, or there's no market for her. But there's just no way around it. She's been in Atlanta for 10 years. She started in Atlanta 10 years ago, and she brought nothing. She had no following to bring them to this convention. What is she doing? And then she got up on stage and she told all the white people that they had to do more. They had to do more. And then she put up this slide. And I'm going to put up the slide now. This is a racist slide. It's like if I can imagine Mandisa going up to a racist, to a white supremacist, KKK member, hood and all. And the KKK member says, "Stop there, N-word. I don't like you and take you seriously because of your race. Your opinions are not welcome here. This is a white-only space you're encroaching on. And we don't listen to your black authors because they're the wrong color." And Mandisa thinks about this for a second and says, "Wow, that's great. and puts it on the fucking slide. It's ridiculous when a person who is the victim of bigotry is also the purveyor of bigotry. I'll say it again, it's fucking ridiculous when an intelligent intelligent victim of bigotry is a purveyor of bigotry, Mandisa. And look at this. Oh, you've got black spaces that you don't want white people encroaching on. Oh, you don't want to defend yourself. You think education is another way of saying defending your points. Yes, Mandisa, you have to defend your points, even if you're black. If you're going to make an assertion, you better be prepared to defend it, even if you're black. And yeah, it is your job to educate because you're making the assertion, even if you're black. Do you want a lower bar, Mandisa? Because I'm not going to give it to you. My bar as an Ashkenazi Jew is right here. That's my bar for performance. And yours is not 1 millimeter lower because you're black, Mandisa. I'm subject to scrutiny. You are subject to scrutiny too, even though you're black. Sometimes I'm full of shit, and when I get called on it, it's a good thing. It's a good thing for you too, even though you're black, because you're full of shit too. And we need to know, everybody can be full of shit. And we need to know that you're not full of shit, Mandisa. So yeah, we're going to call you, we're going to ask you to explain yourself. And that's not racism. That's the opposite of racism. It's called equality. Because I'm not going to grant you the lower bar. I'm not going to grant you the it's okay to not do work. I'm not going to grant you the idea that you can go from friendly convention to friendly convention, call yourself a nonprofit, and tell people that they're being racist if they don't give you money. That's not the way nonprofits work, Mandisa. You go to these conventions to tell people what else you're doing outside of the conventions. You show them the results. Let's look at that picture again. You show them the results that your nonprofit is doing, and then you say, this is why I deserve your donation. You don't say, you need to support me or else you're racist. That's ridiculous. And I don't think that you want to operate at that level. You want to operate at the level with everybody else. And, this slide is ridiculous. If you can't stand that I'm going to dismiss the importance of CRT, fucking defend it. Face to face. And yes, you have to. And no, it's not racist. It's weak if you can't defend it. If you make an assertion and you have to rely on you're the wrong race to challenge me, you have no argument. You have no intellect either. It's vapid. It's insulting. It's grotesque. And so now let's talk a little bit about the racism of lowered expectations. Evidence suggests that Mandisa has been coasting. She's not lazy. She's not stupid. She's been coasting because nobody's been kicking her ass. Because she's black. And people don't like to kick the ass of people who are black. Especially when black people say, oh, you can't criticize me because I'm black. Well, yeah, I can. And so next year, Mandisa, I hope that you will not put this racist shit up. Mandisa, next year I hope you will work with white people because you can learn from white people. Yes, you, a black person, can learn about race from a white person. If you don't believe that, you're racist as fuck and you need to step back and step down because you don't know what you're talking about. Knowledge is not dependent on race. You can be black and be wrong about race. You can therefore be white and be right about race. It's not hard, but to say, I'm not going to listen to a large percent of the population because they're the wrong color, that's what Klansmen do. That's what bigots and racists do. That's blindly fucking ignorant. And I'm not going to let you go and not call you on it because I do not accept that from you, and I would not accept that from anybody. And I challenge the people who do. This is the racism of lowered expectations. I said at the beginning of this video that I was going to help the African American population with this video. Well, here it is. Mandisa's going to watch this video and she's going to get angry. But guess what? In the back of her mind, she's going to know that I'm right. I'm 100% right. And there's no racism in this video. There's no attack in this video. There's just hardcore criticism from one equal to another. That she needs to step up. That she needs to perform. That she needs to produce. She needs to produce black people at atheist events. She needs to go to non-friendly events. She needs to go to black events and recruit people to the atheist movement. She needs to go to atheist events and work with white people instead of telling them they're all racists and throwing this vapid shit up. Maybe you could work with the people as a team. Remember that, Mandisa? Working with blacks and whites and Latinos all working together as equal partners. Remember that idea? And listening and talking and discussing and growing and learning from each other as equal partners. Remember that? And then what's going to happen next year, Mandisa? What's going to happen next year? Do you think Mandisa is going to come to next year's American Atheist Convention empty-handed? Do you think she's going to bring no black people? Or one, or two, or three? Or do you think she's going to put in some fucking effort between now and then? Do you think she's going to put in some effort, go on some podcasts, go to some meetings, get some support, drum up a following, and bring some people in and be that bridge? It's absolutely nothing outside of her capability. It's just that she needs to get her ass kicked sometimes. The racism of lowered expectations is killer. It is the Jim Crow of this century. The problem with the African American community is not the racists on the right, it's the racists on the left. The racists on the left who are willing to look at a person like Mandisa and say, oh, you're actually not accomplishing anything, but you're black, so it's great. Here's money. That's bullshit. That's racism. And it's wrecking our community. I expect everybody to perform at the same level. And I expect everybody to take criticism. And I expect everybody to learn from each other, no matter what their races are. And I expect Mandisa to step up. And I hope she does. And I hope we're all watching. Because we all need Mandisa to be an effective leader. Not a racist piece of shit. That's what you look like, Mandisa. Look at this shit. Look at it. It's ridiculous. Dump it. Shove it all the way up your ass, Mandisa. Shove it all the way up your ass. You don't need it. You need intellect. You need accomplishment. You need to kick ass again. See you around.